I'm back once again. Now, I just uploaded an audio session. We're talking about the Amber Geiger thing, and I mentioned in there that I was prepared and I didn't really elaborate. So I'm going to elaborate a little bit on this one. Now, I have a small child, but not toddler. He's old enough to comprehend many different things. And if you have children or you don't, you still have to now this is not coming from a place of fear. This is coming from a place of preparation. There are certain things that I don't do anymore. I don't argue anymore. I don't argue, cuss, holler. If I hear arguing, cussing, and hollering, I'm gone in the opposite direction. If I see someone that looks a little suspect, overdressed for the day, they got on clothes that don't match the weather, they look angry, they're looking around, they have their hands concealed, whether they're walking up on me or just walking somewhere in my general area. I don't need whatever it is from that store, from that place. I'm gone. And I know people, they walk up into arguments and fights and stuff. They have their phone out because they want to get video for World Star, get YouTube, this, that, whatever. No, I don't do those types of things. I wouldn't even do it if I didn't have a child. Number two, when I am out and about with my child, we have rules. We have rules for inside of this house. We have drills and things that we do for intruders. If that first kick at the door, we have some stuff in place that we do. Now, it depends on the layout of your home, but when you first move in, I always look for cover. I look for walls and things like that I can use for cover. And I always think, okay, so if this happens, I'm going to do this. If this happens, I'm going to do this. And it sounds like combat crazy stuff, but it hopefully you'll never have to do it, but you be prepared. Now, if you do it one time and just forget about it, no, you have to practice this stuff a couple times a month. And my son and I, this is what we do. We practice this a couple times a month. We have code words that only him and I know what that means, what the words mean. Also, when we are in stores and public places, before I could kind of let him go down this or that aisle, I could be on the other aisle, he in the toy aisle, whatever. He has his own little business, so he got his own little money and things. And so, in your mind, you think, oh, but see now, I can he cannot leave my natural side. And when I say natural side, I mean if I push my elbow out, I should be able to touch him. And also, because of our drills and stuff, if I pull my son in any direction, his body naturally goes because he's not fighting me. He's not tensed up, because it may be an instance where you have to throw your child under the car, throw your child behind you out of danger. And my son knows if I throw him in a direction, that's most likely the direction that I want him to run in, which is opposite of the danger. He also knows not to cross my line of fire. So if he sees me draw, and which I do, I've practiced, we practice, you know. If he sees me draw my firearm, he knows not to run in front of my line of fire. He knows that most likely to get behind me and start listening for the direction and listening for our keywords. And our keywords is, it's not run. It's not run or no. It's stuff other people listening wouldn't even know what we was talking about. We've made it up. We got our own little keyword code language and everything. He thought it was super fun to make it up. But, he knows not to close his eyes or whatever. When he is around firearms or around when I am drawing, he knows not to get nervous or scared. He knows that we are not to be fearful. I teach him not to be fearful. Victory loves preparation. Okay? So what we do is we practice. So he's not curious. And I have all types of stuff, safety for him as well. But I'm conceal and carry 99.9% of the time. So it's on me most of the time. Anyway, but so those are certain things. So his body is pliable. If I take his little body and toss him this way, toss him, he's gonna go with me. He just trying to see where I'm gonna throw him or sling him or whatever. And then once he gets on up, he's gone. He knows exactly what to do and to go get some help. The other thing about the stores and things, he is, when I say tethered to my side, I can push my elbow out just a little bit and I should be able to touch him. And even if he's looking around, if he sees me do that, he'll come and touch the elbow because he knows he was too far away. It's kind of weird and we kind of step on each other and it's a little weird. But that way he's close enough to me to where I can throw him, shield him, whatever I need to do. He's not nowhere far away from me. And I encourage you, you do whatever you want in your household. I'm just telling you what we do. Another thing, crossing major streets or crossing the streets and things like that. So when we're out walking, we push the little button to cross and we're waiting. We don't sit there just a chit-chatting. We stop our chit-chat. And we look at the cars because, people can have a diabetic coma. People can, have some type of medical emergency and lose control of their car at a high rate of speed. And you see the car, like if you're being vigilant, you can see the car swerving away. What's going on? And you can hurry up and get out the way. But if you're distracted, you're laughing, you're giggling, you're being goofy, but you're standing there at the intersection with these cars flying back and forth, and you hear this crazy stuff. Tragedy with these children and grown folks getting hit by cars because they not paying attention. They on their phones, they listening to earbuds or talking to a friend. Cars swerve out of control and hit your behind. Tires and stuff, tires fall off their car, come and hit you and kill you. All types of crazy stuff. So bottom line, you have to be paying attention. We stop to chit chat a couple of minutes before we get to that intersection or whatever. We pay attention, and what I normally do is I use my body to shield him. I put him behind me, and we are all the way behind that little pole, that steel pole that we've pressed the little button. If they don't have it at the intersection, I find something to be away from the actual traffic until it's time for us to cross. But I use my body, and he is behind me, and I am always shielding him from the traffic. I've seen people, the kids running up ahead of them. You see the little toddler and then they have to go run. If you got to go run to get the baby, that baby was too far away from you in the first place. And I'm not chastising nobody, coming down on nobody, but you hear these tragedies. The baby, because the mom, the dad, or whoever is distracted, and the baby toddling around, and they can move. I don't care if they chubby. They can move fast. That's why I do the tethered method. That child is, even when he was really little. But see, this is another thing. I started out when he was really little, maybe 2. Okay. So we've been at this for a while. And so he plays independently. I go around and I speak with the neighbors. I tell, hey, if you ever see him doing anything, I get them in the mindset of watching out for him too, and tell them I'm watching out for yours too. If you ever see him doing something he ain't got no business, you hear him cussing, so whatever, here's my number. This is where I live. Feel free to come and tell me. And now he knows there's some eyeballs on him. But in the same token, he has to check in with me every 15 minutes. And I know a lot can happen in 15 minutes with an unsupervised child, but in this community, no. And he's actually earned that. He's earned the privileges of having that freedom. I'm not going to keep him locked up in the house playing no games and all of this. He going to get out and have exercise and get out and enjoy life. Now, I creep out. I check. I pop up. Make sure you are where you're supposed to be. And then if not, it's restriction. It's restriction. And now you are going to be in the house looking crazy because you not doing what you're supposed to do. You can figure out a way to earn back your privileges. But for now, you weren't where you were supposed to be. And it's too dangerous of a world right now for you to just be out here willy-nilly. He has some little places he can go. He got his little dog walking business. And he also has a BFF, so he's normally out there with the BFF, or out with his dog or a dog. And he also is trained in martial arts. So, going forward, you do whatever you want to do in your household. But when I was talking about being prepared, that's what I was talking about. Now, as this stuff is unfolding, I think about things like, okay, well, I hope that this doesn't affect him being able to free play outside and do stuff and walk his dogs and do the stuff that he wants to do outside. Because I am not, I'm just can't physically be outside with him all day. I have work to do in the house. I have all types of stuff that I need to be doing. And I'm not really a big outside, uh, especially when it's hot and all of that. I'm not real big on that bugs and no, 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 no. I sit out there and get 15, 20 minutes of good old sunlight. I will walk, do my exercise outside, but I am coming in. I'm taking a bath and I am under the air conditioning and fan and chilling. So, no, nope, nope, nope. I hope it doesn't get too crazy where I have to have him in this house all the time. Um, but again, I'll probably get around with, some neighbors. I may have to hire. I would hire somebody to stay out there because I'm not doing it. If it gets too dangerous though, for real, I would hire someone to come and do supervised play with my with my child for a few hours. I would do it. I promise you, I would do it. But I hope it just, that's why I picked this community. This is why I picked this area. But again, drug dealers like to live in nice communities too. Killers and mobsters and all types of folks, they like to live in nice communities too. And when they're bad or their stuff starts to catch up with them, and them people come to where they are, suburbs and nice neighborhood, and they may, you know, whatever, their life caught up with them, and other people's lives may be in danger because of that. Innocent people. Okay, and so here's the last thing. We don't have a set routine, and I do certain things um, to not be so predictable. So if a person was watching my child and saying, "Oh yeah, they're always out here by themselves," then they go look, "Oh, where she come from?" Yeah, I do things to where my movements aren't tracked. Somebody might sit there and look, "Oh, she goes to the grocery store every Tuesday." Nope, nope, nope. I might go Tuesday this time. I might go Saturday the next time. It's not going to be 2 Tuesdays and it's not going to be 2 Saturdays. And again, he only can be out there about 15 minutes without checking in. And when he checks in, I ask him stuff. Well, who's out there? Did you see cars driving by? Did you see somebody looking at it? He tell me stuff. And sometimes he done ran in here. He said, "It's a strange car. They keep riding around." And with some teenagers learning to drive. But he came in and told me he's open. He feels comfortable to pretty much tell me anything. He told me one of his little friends was stealing. I went and I was like, "Well, you want me to go tell the mama?" He said, "Well, they gonna know that I told and all of this, and they're not gonna be my friend no more." So I was like, "Okay, let's wait it out and see if he gets caught on his own." And thankfully, he did wind up getting caught on his own. And my son didn't have to be labeled as a snitch or nothing. But, we talked it out. But he came and told me he felt comfortable. And I asked him, I said, "Well, what did you take?" "I didn't take nothing. And I was so nervous to get in trouble. I don't really want to I don't want to hang with him because I don't want to get in trouble." I said, "Well, come on in. I'll tell him you on punishment." So now, and thankfully that child moved away too. Something about that child I knew from day one, but I wasn't trying to be mean, but that's another story. That child, he wound up getting caught on his own. But my son felt comfortable enough to come and tell me, and he might have been covering his own butt. I shoot, that child done lied dead to my face before. So I'm not trying to paint him out to be no angel or nothing. But in the same token, we do have a really good relationship. He is a really good kid. And we've worked on things to where my reaction, I don't yell and holler and cuss and do all of that. So he doesn't have to worry about me calling them stupid and dumb, beating them, beating them all in the face. I get me some behind now. I will get me some butt meat. You hear me? And that corner ain't no joke either. But I tell you, the best stuff that I found that worked with him, taking away them privileges that he likes, taking that stuff away. Now you can't do nothing. Sit here. All you have is pencil, paper, right? You can read. And here is 2 toys. Don't touch no tablet. We don't watch television. So, I found that that's way more effective. And when I was trying to spank his little behind, that stuff was hurting my hand. Probably more than him. I'm like, this is too much. But no, I try to get him to where he feels comfortable. But yeah, I have him in martial arts, kickboxing. We spar. All of this stuff we do a few times a month. That just, keep it fresh. Same thing with me. I have a firearm. I want to be a responsible a responsible gun owner. So I go and I practice. And I practice. And I practice. And I'm telling you, if I had more money, I would go more than what I go now. I thought about it. I would like to have a range one day. I think that's something that I'm going to look into. I would love to have a range. I didn't care if we had no customers coming to it. I'd be out there shooting all day. But if you don't have a firearm and you're thinking about going to get one, but you don't know how to use one, please go and learn how to use it, because you've been accidentally shot and killed your family. Trying to protect yourself. Ricochet bullets, and you need to know how bullets react and all of that. So just a little tidbit for you. I'll leave the link in the description box of this YouTube channel that I follow. I wish I could have made it to their conference that they had this year, but it wasn't in my plans. But definitely great YouTube content, and it's all about being a responsible gun owner. They're giving scenarios when people have to defend themselves. Some of it's tragic, some of it's the gun owner, the self-defender is what they call it. They're able to actually defend themselves. But I've seen some of them videos on there where people had a gun and still got killed. So it's just, if you're going to do it, you have to learn how to do it responsibly. But then you also need to have some hand-to-hand combat. You need to know how to disarm someone. So, maybe miss a club date, going out clubbing, doing this and that, and get the girlfriends together, get your homeboys together, get some friends together, friends and family. That's what you guys go do. Wrestle each other, or try to disarming each other. And it's just a thought. It's just my opinion. I really don't want to seem preachy or anything, but I did talk about being prepared. I didn't really elaborate in the other audio session. My friends and family, people that know me, when they're around me, they sleep like a baby. Because they know I'm not on my watch, and I'm going to die trying. And it's not just my friends and family. It's anybody that if I'm in the vicinity and I can help you, help defend you, you getting beat up, stuff is happening to you. Not true enough, I'm a little cautious. I'm very, very cautious. But it's some stuff that you just can't ignore. If my friends and family over my house, I don't care, a stranger over my house, nothing is going to happen to you in this house. Now, when you step out, that's something different. People tell me, my friends and family, they know that I am packing. Okay, they know. And I have some hands too. I'm a little bit more of a kickboxer, but I have hands too. And I'm going down to the death, fighting. And the biggest thing is I'm the distraction. If my son is with me, I'm the distraction. While I'm sitting here wrestling and tussling, instead of that baby sitting there screaming and hollering and crying and just standing there, then the person kill me and come and kill them. No, I'm the distraction. Get away. Run. Get on to safety. Yeah, I might lose my life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the distraction. See, I'm his protector. Okay? And I think that sometimes people lose sight of that with their children. You know, stress, anxiety, I don't know. You have to understand they didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to be here. That was your pleasure. You know, your orgasm, your pleasure that brought them into this world. So, you know, that's just my take on it. Now, it takes a lot of time and practice, and especially if you've been doing things, you know, willy-nilly, just whatever, you just been floating through, no plans in place or whatever. You know, don't feel like it's too late. Start getting some stuff in place. Keep practicing. Instead of twice a month, you may have to do this twice a week for some years before your family really gets into the mode of this. Right? And thinking back, you know, I think my ex-fiance, the whole reason why I started this channel, and even though I'm talking about all types of other stuff these days, but I think that's another reason why he liked me. He like, okay, she not gonna, you know, sit here and let nobody just kill her. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not gonna lay down without a fight, honey. No way. And the last thing I forgot about cars pulling up on you. This happened the other night. The black truck. We out walking the dog. It's Saturday. So we're walking the dog. It's barely 9 o'clock. We got the flashlight for the poop, looking for poop when he go and everything so we can get it up. And I saw it go around once. I told you 99.9% of the time I have it on me. That 1% is when I'm asleep and it's close by even then. So I see it go by about three times. I'm like, what's going on? So we get to this area. They come right to this area where we are and stop and roll down the window. Now, I don't know what they were. This was I don't know if they were going to ask something. I don't know. I didn't stick around. It's dark. I don't know if I would have stuck around if it was broad daylight. As soon as I saw that car, they didn't even get to a full stop. We were walking away. I didn't stand there. And I pushed my son up further. I pushed him up further. Gave him the leash and pushed him up. And I kept I didn't take my eyes off of him because I want to see when the barrel or when the whatever comes out of that, when it comes out. And I didn't do any quick movements or anything, but I'm looking at that window to see if a handgun gonna come out or anything gonna come out that window. They could throw fireworks at you, grenade. They can throw pop, soda, throw acid. You hear about people throwing acid in people's face. I'm not gonna stand there. Oh, I wonder what's going on. No. I know they make fun of white folks saying that, but that's just not white folks. I done seen black folks running up with their camera phones to fights and shootouts and mess. That night though, with that truck, we used our code words that night. I said a code word. He put a little bit more pep in his step. And we have a officer right almost diagonal from us. And he knows. He started heading straight over there. Straight to where that officer lives. And we have a really good relationship with that officer. We pray together. We always speak and all of this, wave and talk to each other and things. He knew. And when I walk that dog, I walk the dog around where that officer lives. I don't be walking nowhere down no dark areas, and we got a little dark little pieces that I can go, but I don't go down them areas. I go right on around them areas where that officer is. And he's always on his balcony smoking 1,000,000 cigarettes and watching sports, and then he has to come out and, I know his routine. He comes out at about 10 or whatever and does something with the police cruiser and goes back in. He does that every day. I try to go out right when I'm knowing he gonna be up and out. And if I cannot get out, sometimes my little doggy dog, his little butt, he get the little zooms and he has to get out and about. But that particular day, my stomach dropped. I'm not gonna lie, my stomach dropped. I said, what is it? Boom, straight into action though. You know why we were straight into action? Because we've practiced it. My son was far ahead of me. Like in 3 seconds, he was almost to that police officer's house. Almost there in them few little seconds. And that, I didn't say run. If you were listening to me, you wouldn't have known what that code word was. What I said. I guess because it's not really a big deal. And, I just say what it is now. It's skedaddle. But I said it so quick. Their window wasn't down yet. He knew. Boom, he gone. He got pep in his step. He was almost running. And I'm sitting here because I was going to use their truck for cover. I would have jumped in the back of that flatbed truck and aired them out from the back. Okay? I would have used their own truck for cover. If they would have pulled out on me and got to shooting at me, I would have jumped right in the flatbed of their truck and emptied and jumped out and ran. They may have just been saying, hey, am I going the right way? You're going to have to use your GPS, baby. That's what you're going to have to do at 9 o'clock at night at dark. You're going to have to type that stuff in, Google it, or do whatever, because I am not Google. I don't talk to people at night. I really don't talk to people. Unless it's on the business level or whatever. I'm conducting some type of business. I just don't be willy-nilly just talking to folks. I'll wave at you and I may say hi. But hey, and oh, what happened? Oh, I'll let you say a few things. I'm going to tell you I don't know. And my body language going to tell you because I'm going to be walking away from you. I don't know what your motive is for being up in my personal space. I don't like folks in an arm distance, closer than an arm distance of me. I don't like for folks to just walk up on me. If somebody start walking up on me, I start walking away. That's why I don't get into fights and arguments. You get to hollering and cussing, you say whatever you want. But my thing is, when I'm walking away and you still coming to me, now is when we have a problem. But I'm always on the exit. So anyway, I'm out of here.